Oh, you can feel the alcohol.
Fire on the tongue, fire on the tongue. Sweet fire though.
Sweet fire.
Sweet fire.
Almost like a spicy firework.
Tastes like a delicious mistake.
Hello, I'm Jen.
My name's Rachel.
And this is The Grail, and this is our tasting channel. And we're tasting some whiskies today, but this was a donation that we got from a wee while ago when we mentioned at the end of one of our videos that there are some whiskies that we don't like, and we challenged people to give us something that we might not like, and we got some very kind donations.
Yeah.
So Eddie brought us these. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank
or
you, Eddie.
Maybe not, as the case may be.
Yeah. He literally said if we like them, we can have both the bottles.
Great.
And swap them for a Glentauchers.
Perfect.
So he did actually say that he doesn't mind the flavour of them, but he doesn't agree with the stomach apparently. And he's not mega keen on the flavour. I think
We've
that's.
got a tasting tonight. Should we be doing this?
I know. We've got hardy stomachs.
We do.
Hopefully. So these are two single malt whiskey society bottlings of Glentauchers. Yeah.
I generally like Glentauchers.
I generally like Glentauchers. It's usually like quite a heavier species. Did you say?
Yeah, I was thinking I always kind of put it in the same category as Mortlach, as like a chunky, heavy, like waxy species.
Yeah, quite oily and quite thick.
Definitely. And it's got like a kind of. I feel like it's one that's it's light in flavour but heavy in texture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's one, again, you don't see much as a single malt either, so it's nice to try.
Yeah, you often see it as independent bottling, which is more interesting.
Yeah, definitely. So, speaking of which, this is two ones here. Two ones.
1, 2.
From Scotch Malt Whisky Society. They've not dropped ABV at like really very much at all. Oh god.
Well, I mean, as far as I know, that looks like it's actually gone up.
I know.
Most distilleries will cask at 63.5%, and these are both higher than that.
So this one, make sure you know which one is which. You're putting that one in your left. You're going to put that on your right. Perfect. So the first one I gave you on your left, on your right. Would that be your right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would be.
That one's mine. This is the second one. So this one here is 65.9%. The first one, which is high, and the taste and note for it. So it's a 7-year-old, both the same age. It's been an ex Oloroso but second fill one. 65.9 as I said, and balsamic moleskin is the name.
What's the name of it? Balsamic moleskin. Both of those.
That's this one, isn't it? On yours.
Sound disgusting.
That's this one. Yes.
Cool. That sounds disgusting. Balsamic moleskin to me sounds.
Balsamic's nice, but balsamic.
But you don't want to drink balsamic, do you?
You also don't want to drink moleskin. I don't want anything to do with moleskin. I don't mind watching a mole from afar.
But moleskin is not to do with a mole usually.
What is mole?
Moleskin is like a type of material.
Ah. Oh.
You get trousers made out of it.
Whoa, it smells alcoholic.
Do you get that? I don't know.
I think it smells quite alcoholic. Quite leathery then, actually.
I think it smells quite herbal. I get what they mean about the balsamic.
A wee bit vinegary.
Mhm.
But rich vinegar.
Yeah, more like a balsamic glaze.
Thick vinegar. Yeah, a balsamic glaze. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like when you cook down the balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, definitely.
And then should we smell the other one?
Right, so yes, this one also a Scotch Malt Whisky Society bottling, and it's Funky Old Bodega, which sounds a bit nicer. 7-year-old as well, and there's a second fill sherry, but it just says so. I presume that's also Oloroso, and this is bottled 66.2, which seems mad. I think that's this one, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that smells really light.
Really like quite fresh.
That's what I was gonna say.
Piney.
Like daffodils or something. That is like floral.
Daffodils.
Daffodils.
Good.
That's what they should have on there. Daffodils.
Daffodils. No, I know, not funky
daffodils
old bodega.
In a summer field.
Funky old bodega.
Springfield.
Have we got these mixed up?
No, I think
no,
you got
it. Oh, if you go back to that one, that smells more candy now.
Oh, it does. That's like candied pineapple.
Yeah. I love doing that. Like, I feel like it's such a dweeby thing, but just to sit and be like...
Yeah. Sometimes the anticipation of drinking the whiskey is better than the actual whiskey.
And I feel like when you smell, that's why you do tastings and you try a few at a time, because the ability to compare makes the smell so much more.
That's like candy floss grapes now.
It is. Eddie, you're going to give us whiskies that we love.
I know.
We do have some to sell. I suppose, I feel like whiskies that you don't like, for me anyway, factors into lots of different things. There might be some spirit that I don't like, but it's also association with it.
Yeah,
Same with the ones I'm particularly fond of. That might not be my favourite tasting whiskey ever, but it reminds me of something, and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
Like Bunnahabhain, 12-year-old, I'll always love that whiskey because it was the first one I was like, whiskey. And then like try other whiskies that I like more than that, but that reminds me of something.
Yeah.
It's the same as there'll be whiskies that reminds me of something. I'm just like, oh no, it's not like that.
It's like, I feel like you always like a whiskey better if you've been to the distillery and tasted the whiskey there, and then you can remember being there. Like, one of my favourites is Leipzig from Tobermory, and that's because we got a wee chance to work there.
Definitely.
And tasting it now reminds me of just walking in every morning and being surrounded by it all and doing the tours and everything. And yeah. Right, are we trying this first one?
It smells nice. I think it smells alright.
So do I.
I quite like that.
I quite like that.
It's really fiery. Like, you can taste it. Like, it makes your tongue tingle.
Should we try that one with water? We'll try them both first and then we'll go first.
It's really sweet though. It's really like sweeties. I don't know what kind of sweeties, but there's something that definitely reminds me of.
It reminds me of something with chilies, I think. But like, you know when you really love the taste of a really sweet chili and then you get the heat after?
Like the dip tabs you dip it in sherbet. I really like that's quite candy floss.
There is a wee red pepper.
Yeah.
Like a red chili pepper
I like
taste. I really like that. I like the smell of this one better. I'm getting that dry smell now, that leathery. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's so good. It's not as interesting as that one, but it's
quite
nicer.
Similar, but quite sweet. I get what Eddie was meaning though, like I can feel it going all the way down. It's been like,
it's scraping all the way down.
Like, this tastes delicious and my stomach's like, stop it! Stop it! And my liver as well. Both very sweet though. I feel like maybe it's sweet, it's not got as much depth to offset that ABV, and they both are incredibly high alcohol, like 66.
So Glentauchers must be one of the ones that casks it higher.
Must be.
Otherwise that's been stored in a very hot climate, which is not here. That smells like when you walk into a warehouse. You know when you go into the distillery tour and they open the warehouse and you get that waft? That's what that smells like. Like the wood and the
To be
spirit.
fair, funky old bodegas.
They're correct! They're correct
who would
after
know?
all.
Who would know?
That one,
I feel
I
I'm
like
going
this.
straight to your head as well, they are strong.
Yep. I like the smell of that better than the taste.
Oh, I like the smell. That one you go back, it's quite chocolatey.
Oh my god, the taste of that one is so good.
Like dime bars, like milk chocolate.
Oh my
caramel.
god!
That's really lovely. I actually really like that. Oh, you might
There's
be
a
onto
wee
something
bit
there.
of like slightly overripe grapes as well. No, prunes. Tinned prunes,
Prunes and
which I
syrup.
don't like.
Water, yes.
The finish on that first one is really like dusty.
I really like them both actually,
I really like
taste-wise.
them both.
But I do see what you mean, it's quite, you can feel it going down, it's quite fiery going down.
Couple of drops in each.
Yeah, like I feel like if you had a big dram of that, you'd feel you get heartburn after it. Which I don't usually ever get with whiskey.
It's saying you're getting old.
I know that maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. R.I.P. This whole Rona business has had a...
I know.
Does it not count though if we've aged? I know everyone says that, but does it not count that we've aged during this?
No, I think people have said don't count it.
So then I'm still... What age am I?
25.
Is that right?
You'd be 25. If it's say 2 years has passed, really.
25.
You'd still be 25, and I'd be
You're still...
33.
Yeah.
Why can we not -2? That's not just after whiskey either. No. It might be better after whiskey.
That's gone even more dusty with the water.
Oh, I find that's gone. There's some fruity peach. Nectarine peach in that now.
It tastes really like that as well. It tastes really like that. feel like you said that just as I was taking a sip, and maybe I don't know if that's influenced me.
I feel like I can almost like, it's like actually like biting into the bit between the skin and the fruit, the actual fibrous.
Yeah.
You even get that.
The fibrous part of a... Fibrous, is that the word?
Fibrous?
Fibrous.
I don't know.
I think I've said fibrous in sentences that were professional. I don't know if we've actually discussed this on this channel, that for at least 6 months at Deanston, at least 6 months. So Deanston, you could book onto the tasting room tour.
Yeah, so you could do the one tasting or the 2 tasting in the shop, or you could do the full tasting room tour, and you'd go through and get an additional special whiskey. A whiskey that you might call the pièce de résistance. But Rachel found another word.
Instead of calling it the pièce de résistance, I've called it the Arc de Triomphe. But
For
no one
6
was around to correct me. That's all that was. Because no one ever corrected me. But there must be. I took French people around before. They must have been like, she is stupid. She is dumb. I prefer number 1, I think.
I prefer number 2.
I prefer the Moleskine. And you prefer the Bodega.
I think number 1 is more interesting, but I prefer number 2, which is unusual because normally I prefer the one I think is more interesting. But actually, for just sitting and drinking, I prefer number 2. I actually love both of those. They're really intense.
I find that one with water is really spicy and really really spicy. Yeah, I find that really, really alcoholic. I get what Eddie means. Like, I wouldn't want a lot of that. You wouldn't want a big dram of that.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
We'll see. I mean, they are very strong.
They are
we'll see how we feel later on. And he has
Okay.
written on them, good luck.
He does. Good luck.
Join us again next time for another whiskey tasting. And subscribe to our channel and click the wee bell down below to get notifications of all of our next videos. And slange!
Slange. She's not going with your tongue. That's really not what it is. Like a menthol flavour on your tongue. Oh dear.
When you...
Yeah, it goes rather than...
I'm not sure. This is not the way to explain this.
No blowing, it's actually shaking, but that doesn't make it any better. I'm enough now, I think.